Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Still Life, Blind. I'm here trying to break into the archives.
M16A1 assault rifle with forward assist and a birdcage flash suppressor holds a 20-round mag. The boys in SWAT have all the fun.
So let's sit at the computer because I assume that's what's going to be used to do the release watch.
I have to activate a robot first.
Okay. Okay, but what do I do with it? Must I like unscrew this? Yeah, okay.
I'm not taking these off with my nails. They're press-ons.
Okay, not quite sure where I'm going. Okay, this is a bit weird. How... What is this robot even doing here? With like a laser in its eye. That's kind of dumb. Also, I've melted some kind of a panel, but I'm not quite sure what that accomplished in the long run. Where does that door exit to anyway?
I need to find a way to make the laser beams visible, or else I won't be able to get through with the robot.
Again, that's stupid. I know how to do that because in movies the fire extinguisher should work for that. But that's stupid because why would you even have actual lasers to melt people? It would raise the alarm instead if you crossed it. So that's stupid. I am not a fan of this. Like, most of this game has been so grounded up until this moment that it kind of surprises me how not grounded
I have to activate a robot first.
this is. Is it time dependent? Yeah, I think so, actually. Okay, that will probably take a while. Okay, I'm not really that great at seeing where does the particular laser go. Okay, this is a death sentence, this path. Especially because I'm not sure if it can go through here. Like, would I have to go down? That might actually be safer if I just follow this laser. Basically, right as it goes down. No wait, that's literally impossible, because it never... Okay, that was stupid of me, because it never leaves that particular trail that I want to take. So this is literally impossible. I wonder if there are multiple paths. Like, can I take multiple paths and still reach it, or do I have to? Is there a preset particular path that you just need to take? That is the only one that you can take. Like, I guess I will get a better look at this. No. I think this is even more insane. Although, is it? I guess this goes onto the floor. It's only this part that's particularly crazy, but this is all free? No, wait. It's not. Yeah, I think this is actually a free space. Yeah, but no. This won't work. It goes too fast. I think this goes too fast as well. Like, it doesn't strike me as particularly doable. Because the top part here, I think this moves a little bit too quickly. I would have to go here, and then here, provided it's even possible, which, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. So. Okay. Not quite sure how that worked, but I'm glad that it did, because to be honest, I'm kinda done. Catalog index search results for subjects Ackerman and Berlovka Reaper generated the following matches. File 1932 was erased on August 13. 1932 was erased. All of them were erased on August 13, 1932. Was checked by consulting witness Gustav McPherson on July the 4th, 1932. Okay, all of the files are gone, but my grandfather checked them.
Those documents my grandfather stole. I wonder if we have them somewhere.
McPherson! McPherson, you have a lot of explaining to do.
So what now, Browning?
Don't bullshit me, McPherson. You know you're not allowed down here.
Listen, I'm actually getting things done as opposed to sitting on my ass and waiting for something to happen.
Well, that's your job. It's to profile the killer, to try and guess his next move, not chasing murderers in dark alleys with a 4x4. You know, I think you've seen too many movies. Tell me something. Who's gonna pay for all the equipment you damaged down here?
Oh, for fuck's sakes, just bill me, okay?
I have no choice now but to suspend you. You'll have to justify your actions in front of the disciplinary committee.
Actually, don't bother. I quit.
Oh, that's just what I expected from you. A quitter. You're nothing but a little rich girl who, when she doesn't get things her way, just quits.
Fuck you, Browning. You don't know me.
Maybe, but I know you're not getting away with this.
I think I am, or a certain list of names of senators and high officials will go public. A list of names belonging to a certain S&M club. Hey, wasn't your name on that list too?
How dare you!
Just stay clear of me, Browning, or the press will have a field day. Hey, are you married?
You little bitch!
That's little rich bitch to you, Browning.
To be honest, I kind of... however much an asshole my boss is, I kind of agree with him. Like, I've broken probably hundreds of thousands of dollars of government equipment, breaking into a place I don't have clearance for, which was preceded by me breaking into my boss's office. And now I've quit the force, and by continuing to chase the killer, I am essentially engaging in vigilante justice. Like, I no longer have any actual mandate to chase criminals around. So I do think the protagonist is a little bit in the wrong, and rash and sort of a little bit entitled. I'll be going home to ask my dad about the files. Is he still fixing the jacuzzi? No.
Okay, a great combo. It sounds like Dad's catching some Z's. I don't know why, but I never liked that painting.
So I guess I have to look in the house somewhere? Maybe in the chest in the attic? Oh. Old painting. A painting of the head of Baphomet by Gus McPherson. Oh, there's something hidden in the back. How do I...
There's a lump here. I need something sharp to cut through, but I don't want to damage the painting.
Okay, so I need like a knife or something? There was a toolbox that my dad was using to fix the jacuzzi. It probably would have a cutting tool of some sorts, right?
Okay, a great combo. A shot of ice-cold vodka, a glass of good red wine while dipping in the tub. I'll get to that later.
Okay. That's exactly what I need, a box cutter.
One of my grandfather's old paintings. It's from when he was in Paris, I think. One of my grandfather's old paintings. It's from when he was in Paris, I think.
Edith's suffering had just ended, and mine was only beginning. I took to the streets, blinded by sorrow. Why couldn't I protect her? What if I hadn't taken the case? But Milena's sweet voice brought me back to reason. She suggested we hide somewhere since the police were sure to be looking for me. Vladana's place was the safest spot, but we couldn't stay for long. We all had our reasons for leaving Prague. As for me, I wanted to get back at the bastard. We got out of the city on a small boat, and a couple of Roman's friends set us up with a ride to another town. From there, we took a train to Le Havre, France. We bought 4 tickets for New York City. America wasn't the country I had left behind. Poverty was at an all-time high, and the economy at an all-time low. We managed to get in through some of my connections. Then I got this in the mail. One article was about a series of murders in Chicago that were the same as the ones in Prague. I contacted Chicago authorities, but they wanted more proof. Even so, it was enough for them to confront Herbert Ackerman. He countered with an offer they couldn't refuse. Money, lots of it. Ackerman's name was safe, but they forced him to commit Mark to an institution. Fearing blame for the murders, I crept into the offices and stole any documents that might protect me. I found a full confession signed by Ackerman telling the story of his son. That bastard is in the loony bin where he deserves to be. I heard that they moved out west. Some years after, a cop from LA contacted me about a case. Strange murders of prostitutes, badly mutilated. I sent him what I could, but I told him I wasn't going near it. I wasn't going to sacrifice the one I loved again. Milena and I got married and settled down in Chicago. I went back to the ordinary missing persons and cheating husband cases. And gladly, too.
March the 4th, 1956. We were working the yard that day. Milena was tending to the flowers and I was mowing the lawn when the phone rang. It was a cop from LA. My heart started beating very fast and my palms filled with sweat, and it wasn't because I was mowing the lawn. His name was Michael Harrison, and he quickly confirmed my greatest fear. He was working a serial murder case, and he was at a loss. The only lead he has was me. I asked him how could I possibly be a lead in his case. At this point my heart was drumming, and I was sweating bullets. Harrison asked me if the name Ackerman meant anything to me. My heart stopped and my sweat turned to ice, sending shivers down my spine. I knew this day was coming. I knew the bastard was going to come back and haunt me. I knew I should have killed that son of a bitch when I had the chance. However, Harrison was more interested in Ackerman Sr. I hadn't met the ambassador when I was in Prague, but now he was the governor of California. Harrison seemed to be after him and not Mark. I told him it was Mark and couldn't be Ackerman the father. He said the contrary because Mark Ackerman was still in the mental institution and couldn't possibly be the killer. We both argued for a few minutes, but his theory made sense and so did mine. We were going nowhere. He asked me to come down to LA and help him with the case. I said that I wouldn't go near it. His case was oddly familiar. 5 dead prostitutes, all of which were stabbed and eviscerated. The only difference was the killer in LA kept body parts, the victim's hands or feet. Harrison kept insisting to come down to LA at a point where I threatened to hang up. He then agreed to stop harassing me. He asked me to send him anything I had about my old case, so I sent him the FBI files I stole with the Ackerman confession and all. I was surprised to have felt so much relief when I sent the damn thing away. I don't know, but I finally had the feeling that it wasn't my problem anymore. I told Harrison to watch his back, especially if he thinks Hubert Ackerman is involved. I still don't buy it. Maybe Mark has a pupil or someone he influences on the outside. Like I said before, it's not my problem anymore. Wait, so... except of Gus's notes. Send it to who? Harrison... Harrison... Michael Harrison. I don't believe I've heard that name before.
Hello?
Hi, sweetie, it's me.
Hey, what's up?
I answered the phone at your desk because the damn thing kept ringing. Anyways, this guy named Vaclav something was a little hysterical. He said that he heard a scream and some noises coming from his neighbor's apartment. I figured it might be important, or you might know what he was talking about.
Yes, I do, thanks. I'll check it out.
Oh, did you find anything in the files you were looking to access?
Yes, but not as breathtakingly revealing as I'd anticipated. But it's given me a new lead. I think I'm going to LA.
LA? Why LA?
It'd be too long to explain, but I'll fill you in as soon as I get the chance.
Before you leave, I hope.
I'll try. Anyways, I gotta see what's wrong over at the campus.
Okay, sweetie. You be careful.
I always am. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, this is stupid. I've handed in my badge. I am no longer, I am no longer an officer. I am no longer FBI or police or anything. I'm a civilian now. So, to be honest, depending on the exact wording of the law, it might even be illegal to do what I'm doing now, which is, well, maybe not. I guess maybe not, because it's difficult to frame. I could say I just, heard there was a commotion, went to check it out. It's not illegal to check out things, but I shouldn't be solving crimes. It's not my job anymore. And I do think the protagonist kind of screwed up by handling it so poorly.
Mia? Oh, shit. Mia!
Emergency. What are you reporting?
Special Agent Victoria McPherson. I need assistance.
Yes, ma'am. Please give me the address and location.
I'm at the university. I'm... Ouch! Oh my god. This is worse than a hangover. Mia's not there, which means that she might still be alive. Kolar didn't make it. Hey, that's Mia's purse. Now this might come in handy.
Oh, she had a gun.
Where did he take Mia? Think, Vic. Think! The messages he leaves behind. Of course, the paintings!
Okay, this is all pretty dumb, because, first of all, I'm not Special Agent anything anymore, and second, I was pretty sure I was bleeding out from a stab wound. I'm not quite sure how getting stabbed could have gotten me unconscious in a way that I would wake up from on my own without actual, medical assistance. So, this is all pretty stupid, I would say. And it's a pity because I was enjoying this game quite a lot. a lot more than Post Mortem, but it seems to be sort of unraveling. He's not here. Which is interesting because I would say,
I can use Richard's computer to help me find the possible location.
If you were trying to find who the killer is based on the characters that we do know from the game, my boyfriend is actually quite a good pick because he's, very familiar with Ackerman and his work. And he himself said that Ackerman is not that well known as a painter, and he's leaving clues directly. The killer is leaving clues that directly reference the paintings themselves, and he's not here. Which the killer would also, he can't be here if he is currently fleeing from Mia's apartment and holding her hostage. So that's an interesting development, to be sure. What? I'm not quite sure how that helps me. I guess maybe I have to take a look at the paintings first and then input some stuff in the computer.
This one was already copied by the killer. It was the 4th victim, Natalie Kenworth. She was found in the sewers.
Sewers.
Granddad was probably right. Maybe Ackerman had someone on the outside. That's what I'm going to find out when I go over there.
Okay, this does not give me a keyword.
Another one from the LA series. Nothing I can see in it that'd lead me anywhere in Chicago.
Los Angeles.
Probably from the mental institute in LA. One of Ackerman's LA series. Probably like Richard said, that was Mark's doctor. Another one from the Chicago series. That's probably in the harbor. Disturbed Sanctuary. We've seen this one already. Cynthia Woods, our 5th victim. That's Ackerman's masterpiece, as he once said to my granddad. I don't think our killer has gone as far in his sick, twisted game yet. I recognize the murdered Apollina. The killer hasn't used this portrait. This red drape was floating in the water next to her. Apollina's eyes were carved out by the killer. I hope she was dead at the time.
Oh, there's additional comments if I hover.
That's Ackerman's map.
On the particular pieces of the... I guess it isn't true of every one of them.
This is a murder portrait and our killer hasn't used it yet. That must be the Charles Bridge.
In Prague, right?
That must be Františka, the 5th murder victim found under the bridge. I don't think our killer took a plane ride to Prague. The killer depicted this painting already. Poor Stephanie.
Okay, let's use the computer and see what it shows me.
This one was already copied by...
Okay, so let's check Chicago. How does it work? Do I input a couple of things? Chicago. Harbor Bridge. Hmm, 27 matches, but it shows me none. So how does it work? Let's go Chicago Bridge and mental institution. Yeah, 400 results on the bridge itself. Sewers. 300. No matching results found. Maybe I... although maybe let's go bridge Prague Chicago, which technically speaking doesn't make sense, but what I mean is maybe there's a bridge in here that somehow relates to like the Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia or Prague itself or some famous Czech people. Indeed. Okay. The city of Chicago has the privilege of having the largest Czech community in America. This somewhat large community has helped build Chicago from the ground up.
That's it. That's gotta be it.
The city of Chicago and the Czech Ministry of Foreign Affairs have banded together to award a grant to help build a monument to honor and commemorate its Czech community for their hard work in helping build one of America's greatest cities. The monument is in fact a bridge. It's going to be a somewhat smaller replica of the Charles Bridge in Prague. The construction on the bridge begins in May of this year. The bridge will be named Tominova in honor of its main benefactor, Vladana Tominova. Okay. So that's literally... Although, no, wait, it wouldn't be. She would be... although it could be. She would be like 80-something. Which is certainly an age that you can live to. Now, interestingly, Chicago actually has also one of the largest Polish communities. I'm pretty sure there's an actual like Polish district in Chicago. At least there was some time ago, where you don't really even know you don't really even need to know English that much to get around. Okay, let's go to that bridge. Tominova Bridge. okay, that's a rather abrupt and kind of baity ending, because we didn't even learn the identity of the killer for sure. I feel like the fact that he has fallen into the river is immaterial. It would be pretty easy to fish out a body out of the river if you knew it's in there, and they would definitely look for it, if only to confirm that he's actually dead, or if not, to arrest him, if not for 100 other reasons. Such as when people fall into rivers, there is interest in fishing them out. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the ending, but I am a fan of the game overall. I think it's much better than Post Mortem. The story is tighter, the actual murder mystery is much more engaging. If I had to make my own guess who was the murderer, I would say it's probably my boyfriend. Out of the characters that actually were in the game, I think it makes the most sense. Plus, there's not so many of them left. Mostly policemen and my dad and my boyfriend. So, yeah. But I think the story was better than Post Mortem. The characters were more believable. Most of them. Some of the acting was questionable, especially for the black characters. I felt a little uncomfortable about that. But generally, this game was a lot more engaging than Post Mortem. And the atmosphere was nice, it was actually kind of dark. It was brutal, those murders, and they were depicted in a very straightforward and kind of sort of pretty realistic. The adventure continues online. I doubt it does at this point. It has been 15 years? I doubt the website is still on, but I will check it just out of curiosity.
Hello?
Hello, sweetie. I heard that you were released from the hospital. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Did they find the body?
No, not yet. They're still dragging the riverbed and diving. I know how you feel. I want closure too.
I got my tickets for LA.
Still think you're gonna find answers over there? You got 'em, sweetie. It's over.
Not for me. I'm gonna have to let it go. I'm going to rest for a while.
Okay, I'll drop by later and see how you're doing.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so yeah, the characters were more interesting and the dialogue overall made more sense, because in Post Mortem sometimes I think it didn't really follow a logical progression. Although if I were to say something that I didn't like about the dialogue, is the fact that there was no choice. You just progressed the dialogue by clicking, but you didn't know what your character is going to say. So that was kind of dumb. Like, if I don't have a choice, why do I even have to click anything? Let them just talk between each other. But the puzzles were nice as well. If you disregard the freaking lockpicking puzzle, which took me like an hour and a half of clicking randomly, they were rather diverse, and some of them were pretty cool. I really like riddle style puzzles where you have some kind of a poem or some text that you need to interpret. I like those kinds of puzzles. I am sad that there weren't more of them in this game, but there were a couple. At the club, for example. And also, it's a pity that there weren't more puzzles that dealt directly with police procedure. Gathering evidence and all that. or like corroborating different testimonials from witnesses or something. But overall, the puzzle variety and their sort of level of challenge, some of them were actually quite challenging. Let us, forget for a while the freaking lockpicking puzzle, as I said. That's a league all on its own. But most of them were pretty satisfying once you solved them. So yeah, I think this is a pretty cool game, all things considered. And maybe what my friend meant when he recommended me the series, he meant Still Life 1 and Still Life 2, and not so much Post Mortem, because Post Mortem was kind of crap. In comparison to this is definitely much better, and I had fun. I'm glad that I played it, and I am going to check out the other game, Still Life 2, right after this. So, yeah, if I write something more about the game, like an extended summary of my thoughts, it's going to be in the pinned comment underneath this video, and if I don't, then I guess I don't. For now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!